Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the vibrant morning here at BTV Kenya. I'm your host Gagi Isaiah, and remember, BTV brings you what happens in the Republic of Kenya and the entire world at large when it comes to newspaper review. Now, Vibrant Morning brings you what is in the People Daily newspaper, and that is what we are having for you this morning. Thank you so much for keeping tuned to BTV, and welcome to the new year, the year 2025. We are coming live. We are bringing you much and more. Remember to keep tuned to BTV Kenya. You can subscribe. You can follow us on YouTube. That is BTV Kenya. You can also follow us on Facebook page, Blackman TV Kenya. Remember to leave a comment so that we'll be able to sample your comments and also give you feedback, as your feedback is also important for us, as they will help us to know where we are reaching you from. BTV Kenya once again invites you to the vibrant morning. As I said earlier when we were starting, remember, Vibrant Morning brings you what is in the People Daily newspaper, and today we want to look at what is in the People Daily newspaper. My co-host Lennox Odede is not around with me today. He's out to gather news for us, as we will also be bringing you news headline as they pop in, as they come in. Remember to keep tuned. Now, today, before we continue, we are expecting guests, and that's a team of students, those who did their Kcse, especially girls from Nyangubo, that is St. Celestino Girls High School. The top performed students there will be joining us shortly, and we hope we are going to have a wonderful morning together with them. Now, let us get straight to what we are having in the People Daily newspaper this morning. Now, looking onto the cover page of the People Daily newspaper, we see why Muturi is facing the door. The cabinet secretary throws caution to the wind and launches stinging attack on President William Ruto over abduction of youths and forced disappearance and killings. That is on page 4 of the People Daily newspaper. If you check on the cover page, you'll see that. Now, on the cover page, from village carpenter to Kcse superstar, that is also on page 3 of the People Daily newspaper. Remember, you can grab a copy of People Daily newspaper and read more comprehensively. People Daily newspaper is a free newspaper. Reach out to our vendors or the vendors outside there and pick your copy and read. Still on the cover page, Ruto mocks critics over one-term prediction. You can also check that. That's on page 5 on News Beats. And also, as we move on, Kenyans now want Dutch King to cancel his visit to Kenya. That is also what is there on page 6 of the People Daily newspaper. Now, I just want us to move straight into page 2, what we are having here. It is, we are beginning on a sad note. That is news about Kcse result, where anxiety grips Lugulu over missing Kcse result. If you're having a newspaper, please grab and read that and much of that story. At least 699 girls from that nationality acclaimed school in the dark over the undelivered result. That is a story by Yusuf Masibo. You can grab a copy and read. And also, still on matters of education, we see Kuppet regulators disappoints Missouri and their allies. You can also check that story is there, where Kuppet Secretary General Akelo Missouri and his allies have suffered a major setback after after the Registrar of Trade Union reject their bid to increase their term, to increase their retirement age. Union leaders, you can also check that and much of the story. It is also on this page. As we move on, we also see on the same page we are having more universities whose, that is now the president pledges a task force to check on to what is happening in Moi University. A story by Winston Kcse. Please grab a copy and read much and more comprehensively. And on page 3, where we have from apprentice at carpentry workshop to Kcse champion. Now that's a story by Milliam Murigi. Peter had given up on his dreams, being admitted to his dream school until respite came his way. Now that's a story of the young man who got admission but was not able to go to school and achieve his dreams, but luckily enough he managed to get something. You can also grab a copy and read much and more of that story. And also we see CS Muturi sets collision with state on kidnaps. That's what we had on the top story on the cover page. In a rare media conference, usually careful former Attorney General critics state security apparatus over wave of kidnapping. Now that is also what we are having there, a story by Samuel Kariuki. Please grab a copy and read more extensively of what is there. As we see also on the same page, Gachagua launches a new attack on former boss. Story by Samuel Kariuki. Now, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has accused President William Ruto of using his close allies to attack Kenyans who are opposed to his administration. Now, that is what we are also having there. You can also check and read much story by Samuel Kariuki. And we also see part of what we had on the cover page is that I am not a one-term leader. Ruto now tells his critics. Head of the state says God has given him a duty to transform Kenya. A story by Samuel Kariuki. Please grab a copy and read more extensively on that story. And also we see police to receive 3,000 vehicles this year in efforts to improve security services. That is a story by People Daily. You can also see the image of Interior PS Raymond Omolo during the National Police Service. You can also check that. It is also there on page 5 of the People Daily newspaper. And as we move, you can also see on page 6, Kenyans vent anger over Dutch monarch visit. Now, citizens swarm social media over invitation by President William Ruto to Dutch royal to tour country in March. A story by Dennis Lubanga. It brings us to that story where we have Kenyans now flock on the social media platform against the coming and the visit of the Dutch monarch. You can also check that. And also on the same page we see on matters of 2027 elections. Now we see the Kcse community are split. They are divided over who to support. Are they to support Matiang'i or they are to support Maraga? A story by Evans Nyakundi is there on page 5 of the People Daily newspaper. Please grab a copy and read more comprehensively. Now, as we move on, we also see on the same page, we see Kiharu Secondary School students to continue paying 1,000 shillings per term. That is a great news. A story by Wangari Juguna. Now, Day Secondary School students in Kiharu, Muranga will continue paying 1,000 shillings per term, unlike their counterparts in other parts of the country will be paying 6,000 Kenya shillings per term. You can also get a story and read much of that. We hope this is going to spill over even into our counties and all other schools. You can also read that. And also we see on page 7 where Ruto allies now want Kalonzo to work with the government. Ruto allies now want Kalonzo to work with the government. Leaders accuse former vice president of isolation of the community in every election cycle, unlike Raila Odinga. Now there's a story by Paul Mutua. You can also grab a copy and read that and much of that story more comprehensively. Now former LSK head gives CJ ultimatum over judiciary grafts. A story by Faith Masharia. You can grab a copy of the People Daily newspaper and read much of that story and more. As we move on to page 8, Kansas concerns as anti-TB vaccine for newborn runs out in 4 counties. That's a major concern. A story by George Kibaso. Now 4 counties have run out of anti-TB vaccine. You can also check that story and read more comprehensively. We are doing all we can to avert strike by medics, says the CS. Now that story is also on page 8. Nurses to go on strike if state fails to release 11 billion intended to employ UHC nurses on permanent terms. A story by Ruben Mwambengu. You can grab a copy of the People Daily newspaper and read much of that story more comprehensively. And we going to take on this, then we have a short break. Thereafter we'll be right back. That is on People Editorial, People Daily Editorial, where we have quote of the day. We have quotes of the day there. I will only take one that is from Kiambu Women Representative Anne Wamuratha. She's saying, we are appealing to our people to let us work for them and let the government bring much needed development to this region. Politics can wait until 2027. Now that is what Kiambu Women Representative is saying. And also looking at the cartoon of the day, I hope Nani is going to put it on the screen so that we check on it. Looking onto the cartoon of the day, where we can see there, I am almost there, Chan, and African venues. Now we can see that and much more as Kenya is moving very slow as a tortoise to reach the demands needed to host African Cup of Nations. That and much more. And also let me take on the thought of the day. It is the nature of self to manifest itself in every atom. Slumber the might of the self. That is by Muhammad Iqbal. You can also grab a copy and check on that. Like I said earlier, we are having a short break. We will be right back. Keep tuned to BTV Kenya and keep following as we brings to you what is in the People Daily newspaper. Just brief, it will be your turn to read more comprehensively. usikike.
Mic check.
Good. So Welcome to the vibrant morning. Once again, we say welcome. As we said earlier, we were taking a short break. We're right back. And I said earlier when I began the show that we are hosting together with us our guests. And we thank God already they are in the studio. Remember, we were giving you what's happening or what is in the daily, that is People Daily newspaper. And we had reached a point where we are looking at the People Daily editorial. Now, before we move on from where we stopped, I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce my guests so that they tell us who they are. We get to know them, then we get back to what we are doing, then I will officially give them opportunity to talk. And we'll have a discussion. Remember to keep tuned to BTV. Remember to leave your comment. You can follow us on BTV, that is on YouTube channel. You can also follow us on Facebook channel, BTV, Blackman TV Kenya. And remember, your feedback is very, very important. Now, beginning with you, I just want you to tell us of your name, who you are, so that we get to know you. Then we'll proceed later. After you, and then the lady sitting to the farthest end.
My name is Belinda Kinyoma.
Belinda, you did not even say good morning to the viewers. Just say good morning, viewers. How are you? And at least let them know you are here.
Good morning, viewers. My name is Belinda Kinyoma. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Belinda is with us here and on the farthest end.
Good morning, viewers. My name is Faith Angela, and welcome.
Thank you so much. We also have Faith Angela on the farthest end. Now, getting back to what we have on the People Daily newspaper, now we move straight to page 13, where we see Nyamira residents launch a move to dissolve leadership. Now, persistent wrangles, failure to deliver services to the area residents cited as reason for the bold move. Now, a story is by Evans Nyakundi. You can grab a copy of the People Daily newspaper and read more. And if you have your newspaper, you will see there tear gas around lobby there and people running up and down, including the security officers. Now, that is a story worth reading. You can grab a copy of the People Daily newspaper and read that. Now, moving on to page 14, where we have over 4,000 died in a road crash in the year 2024, a report by National Transport and Safety Authority. Now, the report detailed that over 4,748 people have died in road carnage. A story by Kiplangat Kirui. Please grab a copy of that and read more. And also, you can also register with the SHA in your nearest Huduma Center. Now, that story is by Matthew Ndungu on the same page. Now, we want to move with speed to matters to do with sports. But before we get to that, this is a matter of interest. Now, Zuckerberg sprints to remark Meta in Trump era. For the users of Facebook, you can check and understand what Zuckerberg is talking about. That is the CEO of Facebook and Meta and all that. You can grab a copy and read more comprehensively. Now, on matters of sports, we can see, can anyone challenge City Thunder's supremacy? That is when it comes to matters of handball. You can also check there to read more comprehensively. I don't want to offend my producer because it has been so hard on him. We want producer, don't mind. That's how things go. You'll win another day. You are out of FA. My dear viewers, that is on matters of sports. That is touching on English Premier League and also on FA. But we can also see here That's Glamour Boys in sweet comeback. Now Shamba FC from Kcse snatches victory in blasting second half, hard fight draw at halftime. You can also grab a copy and read much and more comprehensively. Now business as usual in FA Cup. I don't want to talk about that. We see Liverpool, Manchester City, Chelsea and Bournemouth win big in FA as Arsenal and the rest lost. That is part of what we had for you in matters to do with the sports. My dear viewers, remember to leave a comment. Now I want to introduce my guest in a special way because they are special guests and we'll be running some of the footages. I want as we begin this other segment, I want the producer to run for us a footage there so that they give a comment on that footage, what they see on that footage, whether they know what's happening or they know something to do with that. They making noise.
My colleagues were happy because of the results they got from us.
Your former student, your fellow students were happy because of the results they got from you, the results that you gave them. What is your take on that photo?
This is the first time that the girls of St. Celestino Nyangubo girls are receiving students with a grade of A minor since the school started. So immediately they heard that there is an A minor. That's the moment they decided to go on road. Not on strike, but they were just happy, celebrating.
They were celebrating. They were in a somber mood to celebrate. Now we are going to start it on that point. What role were you playing in school in Nyangubo St. Celestino?
First, I was a student, a candidate of the year 2024, and then I was also the school president in the year 2024.
Now, my dear viewers, you've just heard we have the former president of St. Celestino Nyangubo Girls High Schools with us here, and she will be telling us more and more and more and more. Angela, yes, what role were you playing in school?
I was just a student, but I wasn't a prefect.
You're not a leader in school.
Yeah.
You're just a student, and you liked being a student.
But I always perform a music festival.
Oh, you loved music. Okay, that's what Angela had to say. Now, Angela, I want you to kind of tell us briefly about you, how your life has been from childhood, the challenges that you have faced in regards to your education. I don't want to get into your performance first. How has it been for you, the journey that is from your primary, the whole 4 years you've been in high school?
Okay, it has not been that easy, but I'm just determined and focused, because when I was in primary, I lost my father. That was in class 7. Then I just encouraged myself not to fall down. Then I just stand up, that's myself, then continue with my education. And I was passionate to get good results, and I did my examination in 2020. Then I got 343. Then I was called in Kcse Girls, but I never get that opportunity to join that school. So
Why?
because my mother was not well off. So she decided to look for help from other leaders. Then our area MP decided to help her and brought me to St. Celestine Young Girls. And I just thank God, because he has been on my side. He has always worked with me through the 4 years. And I just keep on encouraging myself not to lose hope in life.
Thank you so much. I hope you've heard that part of the story of Angela. She lost her dad when she was in primary 7, but she has managed to keep on the spirit to fight until where she is right now. Madam President, you'll have to tell us briefly about yourself.
As I said before, my name is Belinda. I'm the daughter of Mr. Ouma. I have both parents, my mom and my dad, and we are 8 siblings. So my dad is just a mere carpenter, and then my mother is jobless. So let me say that in a month, my dad can earn a maximum of maybe 7K, 10K, around that place. So when I did my KCPE,
Where did you do your KCPE?
in Yangubo Primary, I scored 359, of which I was also supposed to join Kcse Girls, but due to circumstances, we were two students in the same class, grade standard 8. I and my sister. My sister also performed well, of which she was supposed to join Moisuba. So as a mere carpenter, my dad could not just be able to focus on 2 of us. So he just decided that he can take us to a day school around our home, that is St. Celestino Nyangubo Girls, where I did my Kcse.
Thank you so much. You've also heard that. That's a touching story. Now, we are here. What did you attend as the school captain? Did you let the boat sink? What was your grade?
I attained B plus with 72 points, of which I'm proud to say that I got mathematics A plane. And then chemistry A minor. Those are subjects that when I was in school, many girls say that these things are really difficult. But on my side, they were my best subjects. And then there are things that I wanted to prove to everyone that we can manage it. And I'm really happy to say that I scored highly on them.
That's a great challenge, you know. I didn't reach that level where you've reached scoring A in mathematics. That's a big challenge to me. Yes, Angela. Yes, tell us, how did you perform?
Okay, I managed to score an A minor in my examination, and I'm proud of it. I always congratulate myself for getting that grade because I worked for it. I never forget that, say that heroes don't need sleep. So I just encourage myself to keep on keeping the mantle burning and being respectful to my teachers.
Now, I'm getting back to you, Angela. You said you scored A. What were your strengths? What subject were your strengths?
Okay, I loved mathematics, of which I got an A plane. I loved chemistry, of which I'm proud. I got an A minor. Kiswahili and history, those were my strengths. I got them A plane. I got all of them an A plane.
So in all the learning areas you got A?
No.
Uh-huh.
I got a B plane in physics. I got a B plane in English, and a B plus in agriculture.
B plus in agriculture. Now, you were there, and the school performed. You performed well. What are some of the challenges that you experienced during the time that you were studying in high school? Were there challenges?
They were there, but not that much.
Like, what are some of the challenges that you can put forward?
I lacked school fees, but I got support from my area MP, which I acknowledge his prayers and generosity to help me.
We are back on you. What are some of the challenges that you faced during the time that you were in high school, during the times you were in St. Celestino?
Main challenge was jealousy.
When
you work hard, others are sleeping. When you wake up at 4, others are sleeping. And then it's not a matter of just working hard on yourself, but you see that, why don't I also be luxurious like them? And then while you are working hard, maybe there is a time that I was sleeping at 1 a.m. while others go to sleep at 11.
You go to sleep at 1 a.m.
Yes. And then while they are leaving the class, they tell you, just work hard. By the end, we will all be the same. Beside, in Kenya, there is no job opportunities. So you work hard and then no connection. You want to go far. So these are things that really discourage me. Again, lack of belief from teachers. There are some teachers that don't believe that you can make it. So they discourage you a lot. They say that still you will fail in this subject. You are giving your best into it until you know that if I do this, I'm going to make it. But then a teacher tells you that in Kcse, marking is different. You won't make it. So these are things that discourage us a lot. Apart from that is pressure. Pressure from parents, teachers. Actually, I'm failing to acknowledge this one person, Madam Principal Ellen Dere, who paid my school fees from 1 term 2. After realizing my potentiality, she decided that I was supposed to go in boarding. So when I was in boarding, I promised her that in Form 4, I'll get an A plane. So that pressure that Belinda, you must make it. Anytime I lag behind, anytime I try to fall, I just feel like I'm not going to make it. And then it was like a lot of pressure.
So, but I think you should thank Madam, because the pressure has pushed you to where you are today, to the grades that you scored.
Yeah.
Thanking her is one thing that I always do. It's always something that even if I don't have scored that, I could have still appreciated her, because she paid my school fees. I was always in school. And she knows.
She can attest to that. Now I remember you love reading.
Yeah,
I remember you are the first person who read the first book that I wrote about the David character.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you get any insight from that book that helped you along the way?
Yes, one thing that I learned from that book is about when you wrote about David being God comparing David to himself, then saying David is the only person whose heart is like mine. And then from your book, I learned that how people see us, how people degrade us, how they put us, no matter the level they underestimate us, is not how God look at us. It's not about human beings, what they say about us, but it's about God. maybe people will say that I'm bad, but still on God's side, I might be the best. Yeah.
I thank you so much for promoting my book. I didn't know that. Now, Angela, what do you want to become? What do you want to do at the end of the day?
I want to be a doctor. I want to do that medicine, and my dream university is University of Nairobi.
University of Nairobi. Why did you choose to? Why do you think, or why do you want to be a doctor?
Being a doctor is just my passion. It is my pleasure to help, to save lives, and even to invent other things that are not been invented in this world. Yeah.
So you want to become a doctor. Now, you have said that you faced challenges during the time that you were in school. Now, how was it like? Now the result is out, everybody's anxious. Then you checked, I don't know where you checked, and you realized you had an A minor. How was it like?
First of all, I was just confused. That time I saw the breaking news that the results are out. I was like, what? Then I never looked at my result because I was confused. I was trembling. I don't know how to say it, but I heard noises from my school because it stay around, and the workers from school, they ran coming to pick me home to go to school. Not knowing that I got an A minor. Reaching in the school, the students were happy. They came to me, hugging me, carrying me high. Then I was shocked, being told that I had an A minor. I was happy, and I congratulated myself getting that grade.
How was the mood at home?
The mood was happy. My parents were happy. My neighbors, they came home running, congratulating me. Yeah, and I saw great things that day.
Madam, and I will call you Madam President because I see you may be the next President of the Republic of Kenya. You have what it takes. I believe where I've known you, I know what you're capable of doing. Now, how did you receive the news? How did you receive the news?
Mine was just not what everyone expected. Yeah. And then everyone knew that I was going to lead. So immediately I reached the school because there were noises. They thought that I had a plane. So they had to carry me up. So it was a mistaken identity. They ran with me. Actually, I was the first person to get out of the gate. And then without teacher's permission, they followed me. And we were on road up to Kadika Girls. Is when I realized that I was having a B+. Most of them knew that I was having A plane. They didn't expect me to have a B+. But by then, I had no say. I just let them do what they wanted to do.
You enjoyed the moment.
Yeah.
Please do carry me around. Let me enjoy.
Yes, I enjoyed the moment. And at first, I was shocked to hear that I had B+. It's not what I expected. I expected an A plane or an A minor. So a bit stressful, a bit happy. What encouraged me most is that when I reached home, everyone was happy about it. Everyone that had that I got a B+ was happy. And so that is what encouraged me. I said to myself, kumbe wow, it's not a bad grade. Yeah, and that is how I just realized that it's not a big deal getting a B+.
No.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. You got it. You deserve it. It is the best. Let me tell you, I was sharing with a friend. I think I was sharing with you last night. When I came home, I was sharing with you and I was telling you that I know some boys who got a D. But you challenged everyone. That was the best. What do you aspire to be?
I want to be a doctor or an engineer.
What do you mean an engineer? Because it is not just being an engineer. Which type of engineering do you want?
Civil engineering.
Civil engineering. I want to encourage you that all is possible. All is possible. You can always be the person you wanted to be. Now, there are students back in school. There are teachers back in school. If you're given a chance to speak to them, what will you tell them?
Let me start with the teachers. Stop discouraging your students. What you say to them matters a lot. When you tell them that they cannot do it, they won't do it. Let me take an example of mathematics. A teacher telling you that mathematics is difficult, you will get it definitely difficult, as they have said, because to themselves it's difficult. What about you, their students? So just tell them encouraging words. Encourage these students. Then have a belief in them. Just have confidence that they can do it and they are going to make it. To students, it's a matter of hard work. Not only hard work, but also working smart. If you do things smartly, if you do things to an extent that you know that this is my limit, even if you get an E and it's your limit, God will bless you with that. And as usual, we say that nothing good comes from a good source. So if you expect good things from a good source, know that you won't get it. So just work hard to your limit and know that God will bless you. And that's all.
Your word has challenged me. I don't know where to place this. I don't know whether the producers had that word, that nothing good comes from a good source. Producer will say more about it. Angela,
Yes.
what will you say if you happen to find yourself in school right now? What will you tell the students in school and the teachers?
What I can tell my colleagues in that school, I can tell them that they keep on working smart, remain disciplined, focused, and even respect their teachers. Help to know, they should know their potentiality and work towards getting good grades. They should not discourage themselves, but keep on encouraging themselves that they can make it. I can just tell them that heroes always don't need sleep. They should work harder, work smart to get good grades and good future, bright future in life.
Heroes don't need sleep. Now, I want you to comment on something. How you would have feel? How you would have felt if it were you? Something I want to bring on. I want to hear your reactions. Anxiety grips Lugulu over missing Kcse exam result. Now, at least 699 girls from that nationality acclaimed school still in the dark over the underlined result. If it were you, your school is missing their result till now, how would you have felt?
Because it's not our school, I thank God. Because if it were my school,
Yes.
hey, maybe I would have been in the hospital. You see, first, doing exam was such a mental torture. Then waiting for exam was another process. Now, the results are out, but yours is not out. That is something actually stressful. I know that those girls are really stressed by now. And, just an advice, they need to be looked upon. Because if any case, some of us with which really suffer from some diseases, by now we are in the hospital, I'm quite sure. And so, thank goodness it's not our school.
You would have been in the hospital. I want you to react to this. There's another story here. I want Angela to react on. From apprentice at carpentry workshop to Kcse champion. Not you, but Angela. Peter had given up on his dreams, being admitted to his dreams school until recent. Now, this is the story. This young man got an opportunity, performed well in primary school, but things didn't work. And he happened to work with his father as a carpenter. Now, let me read so that you understand it. 4 years ago, Peter James Kanyongo's future seemed bleak, unable to join secondary school due to financial constraints. He had resigned himself to working in a nearby carpentry shop, performing manual tasks like painting and cleaning furniture. But he managed to be a champion. He managed to score a worthy grade. What will you say about that?
Okay, I know that Peter was not that happy because he never joined. He didn't get the opportunity to join secondary school. I know she remained a punching bag in the community, a laughing stock. But I think that man keep on encouraging himself of getting something, bright future. Yeah, I think that person is happy.
What will you tell Peter if you meet Peter? Because Peter scored an A and he was never in school. If you read part of his story, what will you tell him?
I would just like to congratulate him because he has worked hard to get good grade. I want you to take on this, both of you. A 17-year-old South Sudan refugee from Usengeshu County was all smiles after she scored a plane of 82 points in the just released Kenya Certificate of Secondary School Education Kcse. This lady lives from Sudan and she lives in a refugee camp. She's a refugee. You know what a refugee is?
Yeah.
What would you tell her?
She's actually a champion. So I'm just worried about their country. They have lost someone who could have made it for them. Maybe their next president. And now, to Kenyans, we are lucky to have her. We know that she's going to make Kenya proud. That is just an example of how she is going to make it by scoring an airplane in Kenya. That is something great. And let me just tell her that you are a great person.
Angela, how do you feel walking outside there? Scored an airplane in St. Celestine Nyangubo Girls, a remote school. What is the feeling? Have you changed the walking style? Do you smile along?
Yeah.
How is everything? I want you to tell me now.
Everything is well, you know. I imagine being a champion in that local school. You see, people are never expecting that grade, but I managed to get that grade. But they are happy for me. They are happy for me. The grade I got.
How is everything when you walk outside there? When you walk in the village? When you go to Migori town? What's happening? How do people look at you? What do people say?
Many people congratulate me when they see me. They are just smiling. Many people shake hands with me. Even those people that I don't know, they're just coming to me, talking to me. Even those who I'm not expecting to talk to, they are talking to me right now. I'm happy. I'm happy, and they're also happy for me.
And mom?
My mother is really, really happy. Extra happy even than me who got that grade.
Madam President, walking outside there, How does it feel? Or you've always been indoor? How does it feel?
It feels good when people ask you, what did you score? And then you tell them that you have a good grade. So it's not a matter of just congratulating me, but the words that they say. Many people don't expect me to get that. They don't expect me to go far. But then, now this is my past proof to them that I'm going to be a great person. So it makes me feel happy, and I don't just walk with no reason. You are telling me something that I'm not doing. I don't just walk so that they see me.
No, when you walk out, maybe you are sent to the shop, maybe you're sent to go and buy something in town. Does the walking style change?
No, I'm not a professor. A philosopher once said that things that we do, we are not the first people to do them. I'm not the first person to do Kcse. There are many out there, and so I will be looking like a fool to change my walking style.
Your sister, when you began the talk, you said you had a sister of whom you both did class 8 with, and you happened to go to the same high school. How did she perform? That is her.
She got a B minor.
So she was just following after you. How does she feel when she's at home? And how do you feel? How do you now relate?
I'm really happy for her. Yes, and can I say something that is out of the topic?
Yes, it's okay. You are allowed.
At home, the way we are told, we are going to be the first girls to join university in Uma's family. So it makes us feel really happy, extra happy. My dad is happy, my mom is happy, our uncles, everyone is happy. And I think that is really a good impression, being two of us the first ones. And then nobody expected that we will make it. And if we make it, we prove to them that we are heroes in Uma's family. And again, my dad has always wanted us to do this. He has always wanted to get girls getting these good grades. And so being the first ones, I think that we have made him proud wherever he is.
Let's talk about home with Angela. Are you the first person to break the heaven?
Yeah, in our house, I'm the first person to get an A. Yeah.
How many are you in your home, in your house, your brothers and sisters, and how has it been in terms of education?
We are 8 in our house, and I'm the 5th born, and our 4th born is in 2nd year in Maseno University. They really congratulated me for breaking the record in our house. You know, I'm the first person to get an A in our family, so they were proud for me. I'm
equally happy for the grades that you got, and I say kudos, you've made it. Don't take it for granted. Like I always say, let God always be the beginning and the end, because that is who he is. As you go outside there, I want you to remain focused. You know, sometimes you can be so much overjoyed that you lose the track. I hope you remember the story in the Bible when the king was so overjoyed, he said to the daughter, ask of anything and I'll give it to you. And what happened? John's head was brought. So be happy, yes. Be joyful, but remain focused. Look onto what I want to tell you. It is all possible. There is nothing that is impossible. You can become a journalist like me, but you don't want to be a journalist, you want to be a doctor. It's okay. It's okay. Just pursue that which you're pursuing. And if you follow me keenly, I always say it is not over until it is over. Don't say it is over. Keep pursuing, keep pushing. Tough times are ahead. But same like she said, good things don't come from good source. They come from bad source. There are also good things are waiting for you. You only need to keep focused. You need to face the realities of life. You need to face challenges. I know, even from the village, some people start saying, oh, wanaringa round, oh, wanajifanya. It is like you are the first people to do it. No, keep focused. So,
Yes.
now, I've learned that Angela don't like talking. So, I'm having trouble with talking to Angela. Angela, producer, which camera should Angela look at? You see this second camera? I want you to look into that camera and say everything that you want to say for the people outside there, to people outside there, to students outside there, to your teachers, to your parents, and to the government. It is your time. I want you to look into that camera, straight into that camera. You are looking at it now. Now, say your last words to everybody.
Okay, to my teachers, I would like to thank you for always being on our side, always pushing us to strive for good grades. You know, waking up was difficult, but you've always been on our side. I thank you because you've always been there for us. I also thank my principal for always standing firm with us in school, because if it wasn't her, we couldn't be here right now. I thank my parents for always standing with me in prayers, because if it wasn't her prayers, I couldn't be here right now. I thank you very much, and I love you, ma'am. I want to encourage my colleagues, the students in school, that they continue working hard, working smart, and just they read up to their limit, so that they don't feel that much exhausted. If they struggle, they strive for what they can't achieve, they will actually lose it. But I pray for them that they just get courage and let God give them strength, so that they can manage it in life and have a bright future in life. I also like to say this to the government, that they help those who are in need, the students who are in need, especially those who have gotten their results, those who sat there for their Kcse examination last year. Like me, I really need support from you. I pray that let God be on your side, continue giving you intelligence of leading us. This is to the leaders, and I pray that let them always be generous to help the needy students in this country, in this nation. That's all.
Thank you so much, Belinda. Thank you so much, Belinda. Now we go to Madam President. I have to be very careful when I'm next to Madam President. I have to even change the sitting position, because a lot can happen. Madam President, I want you to look into this camera and say your last words. The camera is ready for you. We go.
First,
You pull the camera up.
First is to just thank everyone who has supported my education since primary school up to then. First person is Madam Principal Helen Dere. I'm really grateful. Wherever you are, just know that you are one of the people that I'll never forget in my life. My parents, you have always supported me. You have always gave me this courage. You have always understood that I'm the best. The belief that you have in me is something that has really encouraged me. My teachers, you never let me behind. All of you were there for me. You believe that I could make it, and that is one thing that I really appreciate. thank you very much for always being there for me. To my primary teachers, just know that I'm going to be a hero one day, and it all started with you. I'm really grateful. To the nation of Kenya, our leaders, I want to say that just know that we are all human beings. One thing that we share in common is that we are mammals and we are human beings. The same breath that you take in is the same one that we take. And treating us in awkward ways means that you are inhuman. So all you need to do for us is to just treat us the same way you can treat yourself, by ensuring that Kenyans get employed, corruption is over, and then the worst of it is impunity. This is one thing that I hope that could stop, because those people that do wrong, they don't get punished, and it starts with you leaders. So just ensure that you just act on this thing, and then I hope that Kenya will go far. By the next 10 years, if all these are shunned, I know that Kenya is going to be like America. Our president once said that transforming Kenya is not a walk in the park. It's true, it's not a walk in the park, but I hope that you can make it a walk in the park by all your efforts and transform Kenya to its ultimate. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I said earlier, I'm sitting close to Madam President. Now, producer, I hope you've heard those sentiments. Vibrant morning comes to an end, and we thank you so much for keeping tuned to BTV Kenya, and thank you so much for watching. I want to thank you so much, Angela, for sparing time and coming and being with us and sharing with other people outside there. We are very much grateful. Thank you so much, Belinda, for your time. Thank you for making us proud. Thank you for making your parents proud. Thank you for making Migori County proud, because from the indications from what we have been reading in the media is that Migori has performed best, Migori County. And you are the people. You are the little girls who have made Migori to be in the limelight. So we are so much grateful. Thank you for making our country being a great country. I want to wish you all the best, and I want to say keep focused. Thank you so much, my dear viewers. As we said earlier, we've come to an end of the Vibrant Morning. Till tomorrow, please keep tuned. The whole of this week, we are going to put more effort to make sure that we discuss with teachers, with parents whom their kids or their pupils or their children sat for Kcse, and we get to hear what they're saying. We have to bring this to an end so that another program may come in. Thank you so much for keeping tuned to BTV. I'm your host, Kcse.